What's happening, guys? It's Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Please feel free to drop a comment, and I'll happily get back to you all. Make sure you guys subscribe, man. Keep liking the videos, keep sharing them. We're getting there, man. We're on 700 odd subscribers now, 715, 20. So yeah, man, let's keep going. Let's keep going. But anyway, let's talk about Josh Warrington, who vacated the IBF belt on Thursday. I only found out this news literally half an hour before I started recording the podcast. So I just want to get some more thoughts on it and a bit more reaction to the news, because I did react on the show. But I just thought, after seeing what Josh Warrington had to say and some of the statements that have come out, I just thought I'd give my reaction on another video. So yeah, Josh Warrington, he vacates the IBF belt. He was due to fight Maurizio Lara on February the 13th. Originally, he was due to fight Zhu Can. That fight was supposed to happen on February the 13th. But the Chinese boxer, I believe he wasn't keen to box in front of no fans. And, that left Josh Warrington furious. And Warrington was instead matched with Maurizio Lara of Mexico. But here's where it gets a bit complicated now. Zhu Can is the WBA regular title holder. He wasn't the super champion. That belt is for Leo Santa Cruz, I believe. So the IBF have said, I believe they agreed to sanction this fight last year, but what they've said is that Josh Warrington needs to face his mandatory Kid Galahad. And with Zhu Can being the regular champion, Leo Santa Cruz obviously fought Gervonta Davis, and he moved up a weight for that fight to happen. So that was at super featherweight. So at featherweight now, Leo Santa Cruz is still the super champion, and the WBA were not willing to upgrade Zhu Can after Leo Santa Cruz lost it to Gervonta Davis. Now, I hope you guys are staying with me. I know it is complicated, this whole belt scenario, but it is what it is, man. We're stuck in this, and I don't see a way out of it for quite a while. It's just going to get more complicated with these franchise belts and everything else. But anyway, I digress. Zhu Can wasn't promoted to the WBA super champion, which meant that the IBF had to make a decision on whether they would sanction the fight between Josh Warrington and Zhu Can as a sanctioned bout. They refused to do so. So what that means is that they're sticking to their policy of Josh Warrington having to fight Kid Galahad again in a rematch. Now, Josh Warrington did beat Galahad on a split decision in 2019. It was a close fight. It could have went either way. Some people thought that Kid Galahad was robbed. For me, I thought Josh Warrington did enough to win, but it just wasn't a memorable fight at all. It wasn't a very good fight. And Josh Warrington, he just dropped the belt. He's just like, look, I want to have the biggest fights now at this stage of my career. It's a risk, me dropping the IBF belt. I don't want to fight. Well, he obviously don't want to fight Kid Galahad again. He said he's looking for a fight against Zhu Can or Gary Russell Jr. Now, I'd like the Gary Russell Jr. fight for sure. I'd like that fight. If that fight comes off, then yeah, maybe he could be justified in what he's done here. But it doesn't look good on the outside, Warrington dropping a belt instead of having to fight an opponent, even if it is somebody that he's already faced. But if he goes in there against Gary Russell Jr., a guy that's avoided in the division, a guy that's a dangerous threat who, in terms of like status, he will earn status among the hardcore fans if Josh Warrington won that. But, in terms of pulling power, Gary Russell's not the biggest draw. So if he was to pursue that fight, then I wouldn't be too mad at it. But Kid Galahad now is looking like he's going to fight for the vacant belt against Jazza Dickens. That's looking like that's going to happen now. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens there. But yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts on it, man. If Josh Warrington does indeed go after a Gary Russell Jr., I think this Zhu Can fight is going to happen regardless. I don't know. I think they're really pursuing that fight. But when are they going to be able to get fans in the arena? If that's what he really wants. We're far away from that happening now, unless Josh Warrington, maybe if he went to China or something like that, maybe he fought there, or maybe if he was in America. But if he's going to be over here on these shores, then we're not going to have fans to watch the fight for a long time. So how realistic is that fight going to happen? I'm not sure. But listen, Josh Warrington against Gary Russell Jr., I'll take it. I'll take that fight. It's a shame how it's all kind of played out, having to drop the belt. The belt, even though we tend to be dismissive of them, they do help a fighter's pulling power. It does. So I can see why fighters like to hold on to their belts. But let's see what happens, man. It's a risk. And let's see if it pulls off for Josh Warrington. But let me know your thoughts on it all in the comment section below, guys. I just thought I'd give you my quick opinion of it all. Who's in the wrong here? I mean, is it the IBF? Is it Josh Warrington? What do you guys think? But let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'll catch you on the next video.